Every single person who watched Raw this week was waiting for one moment. Oba Femi, fresh off winning the King of the Ring, walking down that ramp and pointing straight at Roman Reigns. That was the plan everybody had in their head before the show even started. That is not what happened. And the real story, the one WWE actually told instead, might end up being a far bigger deal than the confrontation everyone was expecting. Stay until the end, because the final reveal changes everything. Welcome to WWE Leap, where we break down every twist this company throws at us. To understand why this moment mattered so much, you need to know who Oba Femi is. He is one of the most physically dominant superstars WWE has introduced to the main roster in years, and at Night of Champions he won the 2026 King of the Ring tournament, defeating Jey Uso in the final. That win is not just a trophy. The King of the Ring crown comes loaded with a built-in prize. The winner gets to pick exactly who they challenge for a world championship at SummerSlam, which meant heading into this week's Raw, Oba Femi was holding one of the most powerful cards in the entire company, with two championships sitting directly in front of him. The two options on the table were Roman Reigns, the reigning World Heavyweight Champion, and Sami Zayn, who had just shocked the world by winning the undisputed WWE Championship in that same Night of Champions triple threat. So which path makes more sense for a man trying to become the new face of WWE? If Femi wants the fastest route to gold, Zayn is the obvious call, a freshly minted champion still adjusting to life at the top. But if Femi wants the win that actually changes how people see him, the win that ends an era instead of just starting one, there is only one acceptable answer, and it does not involve Sami Zayn at all. That is exactly why nearly every prediction published before Raw pointed to the same outcome. Oba Femi was calling out Roman Reigns. So why, when the cameras actually started rolling, did that not happen? What changed in the hours between those predictions and the real broadcast? And if it was not Reigns, who did Femi choose instead? Before we go further, if you are enjoying this breakdown, smash that like button and hit subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel grow and keeps these videos coming. Now back to the story, because the answer to who Femi actually chose is the twist nobody had on their bingo card. The case for Reigns was never just guesswork. Oba Femi has been built up as a genuine threat to the entire power structure of WWE for months, and Roman Reigns remains the single most symbolic target on the roster, the embodiment of an era of dominance that included one of the longest title reigns in modern WWE history. Beating Roman Reigns is not just a win, it is a changing of the guard. That symbolism is exactly why the wrestling world spent the entire week bracing for a face-to-face confrontation the second Raw went on air. The crowd in Atlantic City was loud and electric, fully expecting it. That is the story everybody had already written in their heads before a single word got said. It is not the story WWE actually told. Here is what really happened. Oba Femi did not point at Roman Reigns. He chose Brock Lesnar, and not in a standard singles match either, but a Hell in a Cell match at SummerSlam, reigniting unfinished business between the two of them from earlier this year. That single decision rewrote the entire card, because it meant Roman Reigns needed an opponent of his own. That opponent turned out to be Seth Rollins, who confronted Reigns in the closing moments of that same broadcast and walked away with the match made official, Reigns accepting on the spot. Why does this actually track creatively? Because sending Femi after the one man who already got the better of him is a far more personal story than handing him the biggest name in the room just because he is the biggest name in the room. It also frees Reigns up for a fight that has been simmering for a lot longer than this one. Roman Reigns right now is standing at the center of a completely different SummerSlam story than anyone predicted this week. He is not facing the rising King of the Ring winner. He is defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Seth Rollins, in a rivalry built on its own deep well of betrayal and unfinished history. Rollins made it personal the moment he stepped into that ring, making it clear he needed to beat Reigns, and Reigns accepted without a second of hesitation. That confrontation closing out Raw tells you exactly where WWE's creative priorities actually sit heading into August. Based on everything confirmed so far, here is where this is heading. Prediction number 1, Oba Femi defeats Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam, finally settling their rivalry for good. Prediction number 2, Roman Reigns retains his title against Seth Rollins, keeping his current reign intact through the fall. Prediction number 3, the controversial one, Femi's path to Reigns was never cancelled, only delayed, and the two collide instead at WrestleMania once Femi has fully proven himself against a legend like Lesnar. One of these three things will happen. The only question is which one. The story everyone expected got flipped completely upside down, and what we actually got might be even bigger. Drop your reaction below. Were you expecting that Reigns confrontation, and is Lesnar in Hell in a Cell the right call for Femi instead? Catch our full Night of Champions breakdown next if you have not already. We will see you in the next one.